I'll lead it off with, what part of your identity did sports help you discover?
The resilience piece for sure.
Awesome. I assume so. Second question, looking back, what moment for you felt like the end, but ended up just being a new beginning?
My senior year at Bucknell, so I'd torn my ACL my junior year. I came back senior year, senior camp. I had what we had thought was a torn ACL again. It ended up not being a torn ACL. It ended up just being a sprain. And I thought I was ready to be done. I thought that was the end. And then ultimately it was just like new life, new beginning. Awesome senior year. Rest is the rest.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, number three, when everything around you is chaotic, what's one mental habit that brings you back to center?
Sometimes I kind of like the chaos. It's a
Yeah,
reframe technique. It's like for me, it's an
love
opportunity
that.
to it's an opportunity for me to, prove I am all the different things that I say I am. So when it's chaos and everything's going nuts or nothing's going right, it's like perfect. Hey, here's my opportunity to earn everything that I want to be.
Love that. That's awesome. I love that perspective. Now, fourth question, what belief about yourself did you have to unlearn in order to grow as an athlete or a person? So basically any limiting beliefs.
Oh, I would say I would say from actually, I'll take it in a different lens. I had to learn I didn't know everything and that I
Okay.
really know nothing. And I'm in a
Yeah.
constant form of learning is
Yeah.
the, what I would say I had to change is, I used to, it's a family genetic trait. I used to think I knew more than I did. And I realized there's a lot I don't know. Uh, it's actually really exciting to become a lifelong learner as opposed to thinking you know everything.
Yeah, I feel like curiosity is our most beneficial tool as humans. So that's I love to hear that. That's awesome. And then last question to wrap it all up. What does success feel like to you now, and how has that changed since you first started in athletics?
That's a great question. I think there's all different types of success. And I think there's so many different ways to define success, right? I think, 5 years ago, whatever, when I was playing, what success looked like was really only winning or championships or whatever. And I would say if I were to break down the different areas of my life that I've used success, because I don't think that there's one element, I believe that there's different areas of my life that has success is, you know, being like a father, right? Like that's my most important number one above all else, like being a father, right? Being a good husband, right? Being present in those moments, that's what success looks like to me. Being at home, spending time with my girls and my son coming up here and my wife, like laughing, enjoying, crying, like experience all those emotions with them, right? Professionally, right? Just again, outcomes matter, but just feeling like I'm challenging myself, intellectually. Like, am I challenging myself? Am I pushing myself? Am I trying to grow in my professional space? Again, similar mentally, like, hey, am I reading? Am I writing? Am I doing podcasts, right? Like, am I striving to learn, right? Emotionally, right? Am I becoming more in control of my emotions instead of letting my emotions control me? Physically, am I hitting my metrics that I want physically? And so that's kind of how I break it down.